Hey guys, happy Thursday. It's Friday. Happy Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah. April 3rd, 2020. The end of week 2 for e-learning. Okay, let's jump right in. Announcement. We are recording who actually shows up and does the work and logs on and submit the material that we're putting online. So it's best to just get it out of the way now so that you're not behind when we come back to school. I would suggest that you practice daily. And check into all 4 classes. That's my second announcement. Make sure you're checking into all classes. You should be checking into every single person that you would see in school. Like, you need to check in with them. Reach out to Miss Willingham. It's my third announcement. If you do heel rep in school, email her, or I can put her email in this video and reach out to her. She's still doing heel rep lessons over this period of time where we're not in the actual school building. I want y'all to be prepared for high school. Like, if it comes to nothing else, I want you all to be prepared for high school. The time to practice is now. Like, it's April. You have May and you have June left. And then over the summer, who knows how much practice you're going to get in when you're not seeing your teacher every single day. So just get the practice in now while you can. Just get it in now. It's me sharing what I did today, which is ordered ice cream and made a spring break packet for you all. Next week is spring break, but you all will have a packet to do from me. It won't be long, but it's just to get your gears moving. All right, it's time for Last Career Standing. It's time for Last Career Standing. Your options today are a barber, a firefighter, or an animal control personnel. Personnel. The people who come pick up the stray cats. Barber, firefighter, animal control. Write your comments now. I also want to say I miss you all. I've been in contact with Jayla, Nevaeh, Tatia, and Johnny. I've not been in contact with Davon and Eli. Those are the last 2 people that I'm missing. I hope you guys are enjoying the time that you get to spend with your family. And yeah, hopefully we'll see each other soon. Shout out to Nevaeh. Nevaeh texted me today. She told me that she was trying to get on IXL. She told me that she submitted a couple assignments. Our participation and our attendance is slowly getting up there, but I appreciate everybody who does log on and tell me hey, I'm trying to do IXL. Looked for their assignments and trying to figure it out, or reach out to me with questions or anything. So shout out to Nevaeh. Thank you for joining us. I can get started with the other video now. So last week we were multiplying fractions. This week we were dividing fractions. And today is going to be a continuation of that. After we get finished dividing fractions, we're moving on to a new unit on Monday. So I'll link a picture of the worksheet in this video so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. And then just keep rewinding, if you need to go back to the problem. But yeah, I think that's it. Moving on down here to number 1. My question says, which division problem is being modeled below? And then I have 4 multiple choice answers. So first I'm going to start by asking myself, how many boxes do I have total? If this was to represent one whole piece, how many parts do they break up into smaller boxes? Regardless of whether it's shaded or unshaded. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This number 8 is going to represent my fractional part. I have 8 pieces to work with, also known as my total. Now, out of that 8, that's my total, my fractional part, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 shaded pieces. 6/8 to work with. Now, after I divide, I know that I'm going to end up with, this is a little, I don't have enough space. 6/8 divided by, I don't know what this number is yet, but the circles are going to end up being my groups. The number of groups I ended up with, which is 6. Remember in math, we learned fact families. So 2 times 6 equals 12, which means that 12 divided by 2 equals 6. And the order doesn't change. 6 times 2 is also equal to 12, meaning that 12 divided by 6 also gives me 2. So even though I don't know what this missing part is, I can do 6/8 divided by 6 to figure out what my question mark is over here. So I know that this is actually over 1. I'm going to do 6/8, keep that the same, multiplied by, and then flip the last fraction. And then multiply straight across. 6 over 48. When I simplify, I get 1/8. But my final answer has to be written in one of these formats as a division problem. So I can also, one of the other things I could have did was use process of elimination. So I know that I have to end up with 6 equal groups. Answer choice C says that I ended up with 5 groups total, which is not correct. I ended up with 6 groups at the end. And answer choice D says I ended up with 3 groups. Didn't end up with 3 groups. It has to be between A and B, I'm sorry. Now, to figure out whether the answer is A or B, I know that I started with my original fraction being 6 shaded pieces out of 8. And the only one that starts with 6 shaded pieces out of 8 is letter B. And it's exactly what I got over here. 6/8 divided by 1/8 should give me 6 equal parts. I hope I didn't move too fast. I'm going on to number 2 now. Once again, I'm going to ask myself, how many boxes do I have total? What did they break up this whole into pieces of? I see I have 4 here, another 4 here, and another 4 here. 12 is my denominator or my fractional part. Out of those 12, I see 8 are shaded. So 8/12 divided by some other fraction gave me how many groups? I see a circle here. I see a circle here. 2. Now, do I want to go use process of elimination and see that I have C and D that automatically ends with 2 groups? Or do I want to solve for this missing space right here? I'm going to do both. So using my fact family rule, I'm going to do 8/12 divided by 2 gives me the fractional part that I'm missing to decide between my 2 answer choices, C and D. I'm going to cross these 2 out already. So I'm going to keep 8/12 multiply by 1/2, which is the reciprocal of 2. I'm going to get 8 over 24, which is equal to 1/3. They did not simplify, but we'll figure it out. 1/3. So between answer choice C and D, I see that C starts with 8/12. That's how much I started with, 8 shaded out of 12. And answer choice D starts with 8/8, which is a dead giveaway because I didn't start with 8/8. I started with 8/12. So I know that my answer is C. And the reason why I said it didn't simplify is because I got 1/3 as my missing fractional part, but they have 4/12. 4/12 is equal to 1/3. They just didn't simplify. Moving on, how many fractional parts do I have? I see 9 total. Out of those 9, 8 are shaded. 9/8 divided by some number should give me, how many groups do I have? I'm going to add on to my circles just to keep it consistent. I see this is a circle. This is another group. This is a group. And this is a group. 4 groups total. Process of elimination, I have to start with 8/9, so cross out C and D. And I have to end up with 4 groups, so I can cross out A as well. My answer choice is going to be B. And for the last one, how many boxes total? I have 12. Yeah, that's 12. Out of those 12, how many are shaded? 8 divided by a number should give me how many groups? 1, 2, 3, 4. I should end up with 4 groups. Didn't end up with 4 groups for D. Didn't end up with 4 groups for C. I have A and B to choose from.